Yo, what up, UFC fans? Man, the UFC is blowing up in a major way, man. Damn, man. Dana White just reported that UFC 196 did 1 point. Listen to this number, guys. Man, this is unbelievable, man. Dana White is reporting that UFC 196 did 1.5 million pay-per-view buys. Damn. Let me repeat that. 1.5 million pay-per-view buys. Damn, I had no idea the UFC, man, was getting this popular, man. You guys are supporting the UFC in a major way, man. See, y'all ain't like these boxing fans, man. I love the sport of boxing, but you got a lot of cheap ass boxing fans. They're out here streaming the fights. They not supporting the fights, man. They not buying the fights. And shout out to you UFC fans, man. Y'all supporting y'all fighters, man. 1.5 million pay-per-view buys, man. You had Triple G versus David Lemieux. The people didn't really support the fight, man. I think they did 150,000 pay-per-view buys. Then you had Canelo versus Cotto. That fight did 900,000. I mean, that's a reasonable number. I mean, it's a pretty good number, 900,000. But man, De La Hoya said that fight was gonna do 2 million, but it did only 900,000, man. Now you got Dana White and the UFC doing 1.5 million pay-per-view buys, man. That's insane. That's crazy numbers, man. And shout out to Conor McGregor, man. Even though he took a loss, that just shows you the kind of star power that Conor McGregor has, man. He putting those people in the seats, man. He putting those people in the couches, man. He got people tuning in. They want to see what Conor McGregor gonna do, man. They want to see what Conor McGregor gonna say, man. 1.5 million pay-per-view buys, man. That shit is unbelievable, man. They doing record-breaking numbers, man, in the UFC. That shit is crazy. 1.5 million. I gotta wonder, is that the official numbers or just an estimate? An estimate, man. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal numbers, man. 1.5 million, man. Damn. Then you had Holly Holm. Yeah, Holly Holm helped the card too. You had Holly Holm and you had Miesha Tate on the card. That was a good ass fight, man. At one moment you thought Holly Holm had the fight won. She was leading on all the judges' scorecards. Then Miesha Tate came out of nowhere and put her in that fucking, I don't know what the fuck you call that. Put Holly Holm in that fucking vice grip. I guess we can call it a vice grip, man. Put her in the vice grip and choked her out unconscious, man. And Holly Holm didn't even tap out. She went out like a G, man. This got choked the fuck out till she passed the fuck out. So that shit was unreal, man. Both of those fights, man, those were two good ass fights. Even though my boy Conor McGregor got his ass whooped and Nate Diaz made him tap out and he spit Stockton slapped him. Shout out to everybody in the California, in the Bay Area, on the West Coast. Shout out to y'all. Y'all boy got the job done. So even though Conor McGregor took that loss, man, I don't think that's going to necessarily hurt his star power, man, because he still can talk that shit. He got one of the best mic games in the business, man. He can talk that shit real good. And he still, I believe he's the featherweight champion at 147. I mean, not 147. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Apologies. I believe he's still a champion at 145. Not 147. Yeah, 145. So he still can go down to 145. You got Frankie Edgar. You got a lot of good fights for Conor McGregor, man, at 145. You got the Aldo rematch. So he can still go down to 145, talk that shit, beat those guys up at 145, and still keep his star power, man, and still do these big ass numbers like 1.5 million. So a loss don't hurt you, man. A lot of you guys always criticize a motherfucker for taking one loss, man. Let me tell y'all motherfuckers something, man. One loss don't hurt you, man, especially when you doing something like Conor McGregor doing. The man went up. Think about this shit for a minute, man. Think about this shit. Let this shit roll across your mind for a second. Your Rolodex. The man went up from 145 all the way to 170. Add that shit up. Add that shit up. How many pounds that is, man? That's almost 30 mother loving pounds, man. You got a man going up from 145 to 170. That shit is unreal, man. Like Conor McGregor said, he was trying to create his own weight class, man. That shit, people don't naturally do shit like that, man. What Conor McGregor was attempting to do, man. So you gotta give that man respect. Even though Nate Diaz was the underdog, you gotta give Nate Diaz respect too. But you gotta give Conor McGregor respect, man. You got motherfuckers in boxing won't even go up from one. They got the 154-pound belt, right? They won't even go up to 160 and fight Gennady Golovkin. But yet they call themselves so-called TBE. And they won't even go from 154 to motherfucking 160. And here you got Conor McGregor going all the way up from 145 to 170. Hey, the numbers speak for themselves, man. This man doing 1.5 million. You got motherfuckers doing 150K, 900K. What Floyd and Berto did, that shit did 450,000. So actually, y'all got to do a video on that too. Conor McGregor is doing record-breaking numbers, man. This shit is insane. So y'all let me know what y'all think about these numbers, man. 1.5 million, man. Give me y'all opinion on this. Is the UFC becoming more bigger and popular than boxing? You got